In this module, we combine the knowledge we acquired in the exercises Scalebar, Legend, and Map Composer basics to make a map containing all the elements. So, load the exercise data onto QGIS. As you can see, I have already loaded my 3 vector layers. Now, we are going to change the map projection. So when you click on that S icon on the bottom right, it takes you to the project coordinate reference system interface. You can filter search the projection that you want to use. 832, this is it. Okay. Right. Now we're going to add a new print layout. So when you click on that new print layout icon, it gives you an option to create a new layout. Bringing all together map. Right. Now we're just going to play with the page properties. So you right click on the white sheet and it gives you the page properties. We're going to change the orientation to landscape and zoom 4. Let's add our map. Right. So the first thing we are going to do is to add a scale bar. So go to add icon, add scale bar, draw it in. Change the style to line text up. Let's increase those segments to 4. Change the height of the scale to 5. That should work. Okay. Then now we are going to add a legend to our map. Draw it in. Toggle auto update to off. And quickly rename our layers. Right. Now I am going to change the font of the items just to make it bigger and more visible. Going to add a frame around our legend, and we're going to add a background. So change the background color. Okay, now we are going to add a grid to our map. So when you click on the map, under the main properties of the map, under the map properties, just at the bottom you have the grids option. So you click on the additional sign, double click on it, adds a grid. So when you double click on that grid 1, it gives you an option to rename your grid. Just rename it based on the projection that we have to use to create the grid. 25832, and then that's it. Now let's explore the properties of the grid. So we are going to change the CRS to 25832 as specified on our exercise sheet, and then we're going to change both the X and Y intervals to 1000. And lastly, we're going to change the frame style to zebra and change the frame size to 1 millimeters. And we're going to change the width, the line, underline style. We're just going to change the grid line width to 1 millimeters. Okay. Now that we have done that, we are going to add a label. Give our map a title, a meaningful title. I'm showing agricultural fields. Let's play around with the font. So when you click on font, it takes you to this text format interface. Fonts, change the font style to bold, and we're going to change the size. Let's say 24. Perfect. Now we're going to change the horizontal alignment to center and the vertical alignment to middle. We are going to, okay, we're not going to add a frame. Let's leave it as it is. And then lastly, we are going to add a north arrow, right? And in the item properties, we have to ensure that our north arrow is in sync with the map. So add arrow, let's draw it in. Oh, sorry. My bad. You have to add a north arrow, not arrow. My bad. Add north arrow. So as you can see here, you have the option to add it as an SVG image or a raster image. So for a raster image, it has to be an image that is already downloaded and saved onto your desktop. However, as an SVG image, they do provide different SVG groups and that have different images. So under arrows here, there are different options that you can choose from, and let's change the fill color to black. I want it to be in the middle. And under image rotation, as you can see, it is in sync with the map. So that's good, that's what we want. Make it a bit smaller. Right. Lastly, we are going to add a border around our map, which is basically a frame. Right. So now we are going to add another label, but this time we are going to use this label to add map credits, right? So map produced by okay, change the font color, font size, make it a bit bigger, and we are going to add a frame around that. Right, so now let's just place everything in a manner that it will make sense, in a sensible manner. Alright, so this is it for this module.